coming right at you.
All right, here we go. We're live. Welcome back, Gator fans, to another episode of Hightop Sports Baseball. It's me, Tate. We have our boy Corn here as always, and you may see somebody new on the screen, but this man needs no introduction. Top 200 ranked MLB prospect, prep baseball All-American game participant. Some publications has him ranked as high as the #1 outfielder in the 2026 recruiting class, and that is Mr. Brady Harris. Brady, first of all, thank you so much for taking time out of your day. I know you're a busy man, and yeah, we just want to show you love. Thank you guys for tuning in, obviously. And yeah, thank you, Brady. How's it going so far today, my friend?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. But things are going great. We're moved in here, Summer B, and we're just getting acclimated. We are in the weight room every day. We're working hard, and then we're taking our classes. So we're basically just getting acclimated, and it's been a great time so far.
Awesome. So let me just share a little bit about, my journey and following your career. I don't really follow baseball recruiting that much, but I remember it was several years ago when you committed to Florida. I was on Twitter. I'm big on Twitter, and I'm scrolling and I see this young guy committed to Florida, and there's like a lot of praise coming out. A lot of people saying he'll never make it on campus. So right then I locked it in. I said, I'm going to keep up with this guy's career and follow him. So you're like the first, I guess, baseball recruit I ever really followed. So yeah, huge fan. We got some questions. Some of them are from viewers. Some of them are from us, obviously. So the first question I just want to shoot you is, and you kind of spoke on it a little bit, what does a day look like for you right now? From the time you wake up till the time your head hits the pillow, walk me through a day, what it is like being a Florida baseball player so far.
Yeah, so as freshmen, I'm pretty sure the lift will change in the fall, like when everyone gets here and everything kicks up. But right now, our lifts are at 8 a.m. So that'll be the first thing in the morning, obviously, and that we'll get that done. It will be done around like 9. So I'll get up, I'll get breakfast, and I'll do my lift at 8. And then after I'm done with that, I'll go back and I'll eat again. And um, then on Monday and Tuesday I have tutoring. Everyone kind of has a different tutoring schedule, but Monday and Tuesday at 11 I have tutoring. So that's what I would do. And then after that we go up to the field, and that's like the time where we can do like stuff on our body in the training room. If you want to hit in the cage, if you want to throw, if you want to get sprints in, do whatever you want at the field. Is kind of that's the time where you kind of do that. And then it's kind of free from there. Like well, that's basically what we will do. We keep it kind of simple because I think the main goal is to get acclimated with our strength coach, and the classes. So that way, like when the fall starts, we know where to go on campus, and we know like parking, literally like all the little specifics. I think off the field, I think it's mainly more of a focus for that because the coaches are gone recruiting high schoolers in the summer anyway. So it's more of a focus of just getting acclimated in your situation, I think. But it's really cool to experience a lifts at the next level and kind of get used to that as a high schooler. It's definitely something new, and it's been awesome. We also run on Wednesdays, so it'll be like Monday through Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday will be a lift, and then Wednesday is a run. So
sounds brutal.
yeah, I mean it's fun though. I enjoy it. I think it's fun. I've always been used to kind of like a strict training schedule. In high school, I was Monday through Friday training, and then I had Pilates twice a week. So I mean, I always been training and working hard. So I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So before we get to the on the field questions, like I got plenty of those in mind for you. But as a fellow summer B freshman at UF, what are the classes you're taking right now? Are they online, in person? What's your kind of regimen class wise?
Yeah, I'm taking a bio class online, and then a bunch of the dudes are taking a music class.
Experiencing
then-
music?
Yeah, I think so. And then
I'll stay
some
quiet
of the
about
dudes
that.
are English. Some of the dudes are I think we had one that was like, no, I think that's about it. I think it's either music, English, or bio. And
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
I've gotten luckiest with the bio. I mean, I feel like other people were kind of complaining about theirs, but I'm lucky liking mine. So,
All right, good.
That's what's
But
up.
okay,
yeah.
now to the baseball questions, what everyone's actually here to see. So Tate said he followed your career because he heard of you. I kind of found out about you a little different way. I don't remember, you probably won't remember this, but our first ever summer ball tournament, we're in Sanford. At the time, you're playing for Burn Navy, and I'm on CBU. I don't know
Sweet.
if you remember this game, but I don't know who you are at the time. We're like 13 years old, and we face you. I know you guys are the number 1 team in the country or number 2 team in the country. So I'm like, all right, I know what I'm getting myself into here. And I gave up 4 hits in that game through 4 innings, and 3 of them were to you. And I get back to the dugout. I get pulled. We're down 2-0. And you guys had, I forget his name, but I think he was committed to UF at the time. I don't know if
Oh,
he
yeah,
ended up
Ethan.
signing.
Ethan
Yes,
Weir.
that's his name. Yep.
Yeah.
And so we're down 2-0. I get pulled. We got mercy 10-0, but that's not the point. I come back to the dugout. I'm like, dude, who is number 2? I can't get this kid out. And the guy next to me goes, oh, don't worry. That's the number 2 player in the country. His name's Brady Harris. And I'm like, from that moment on, I'm like, all right, I got to follow this kid's career because there is a question I wanted to ask you since that day. A lot of kids I faced are talented, just like you. And a lot of them are very like see ball, hit ball. But when I faced you, it felt a little different. You clearly had like a plan in mind. You are really cerebral in the box and you really think about what's going on and you have a clear approach. I want to ask, like, what is your approach at the plate? Because all your hits off me came with 2 strikes also, which I thought was interesting. And you just wouldn't go away. You fouled off everything I threw and then ended up finding your pitch and hitting. I think they were all singles, but just putting the ball out there. What's your approach at the plate and what's your mindset in the box?
Yeah. Well, first of all, that's cool. That's a cool memory. And I was watching Lorenzo's episode, and I was like laughing at what you said when I
Yeah,
did that one time.
I played with Lorenzo for a long time, so
I don't remember
yeah,
doing the Gator Tromp at you guys. That's funny. I
it
don't
did
know why I
happen.
did that. Sounds like
I don't. I think you just committed. You were
it's
probably you must have just committed.
a douchey
Um,
move. But yeah, I think my main approach is just to be on time. That's my number one thing. I think whenever I'm late, me personally, like it screws up everything. Even in the cage, like in cage work, as soon as I'm not on time, that's when like my mechanics will get messed up and my approach and my mental is all messed up. So I think just number one is to be on time. And then from there, like I like to trust my athleticism because in the box, like whenever you're overthinking things or you're kind of like going through too much, that's when you're kind of in a tough spot there because the pitcher's going to be good enough. We're at a very high level, and I think when you're at this level and you're thinking about other things while he's probably thinking about just dominating you, you're going to get dominated. So I'm just trying to be on time and be ready for his best pitch. And a lot of time at our level, that's a heater. So I'm on time for the heater, and I just trust myself enough to be ready for the off speed as long as I'm on time for that.
yeah, because I felt there was a couple times where I even got you off balance on a breaking ball,
Hmm.
but you weren't gonna go away. You were gonna make sure to get a piece of it and just foul it off. And it really impressed me that you just like never went away.
Yeah.
And I was so pissed off. I'm not gonna lie, because I kept getting you the 2 strikes, and I just couldn't finish you off. And I never threw hard enough to just blow it by you. So I always had to get creative with it. And I wanted to ask your approach, and it's cool that it's just be on time and make sure that you kind of dictate what the pitcher's doing.
Yeah.
So I've always thought that's interesting because Lorenzo, when we were growing up, I would ask him, like, what's your approach? He's like, I'm a see ball, hit ball guy. Like, I
Yeah.
see the
Yeah.
ball, I hit the ball. And when you're as talented as him and your hands are as fast as him, like, that works. And
Yeah.
it's cool to see the differences in certain players. But Tate, you got a question for Brady?
Yeah, kind of switching it up. That was like an on the field question. I didn't realize you guys were on campus already. How are you liking Gainesville, man? So when I go to Gainesville, it's a big city, I guess, but it still feels like just a college town. So I love Gainesville. If I could live in one town for the rest of my life, it'd be Gainesville. How
Hmm.
are you liking it so far? How are you getting acclimated? Is it going good so far?
Yeah, man. I love it. I love it. I think we've all had a great time so far. Um, for other people, it's kind of like something new, but for me, it's kind of like I've been living at Gainesville for my whole life. I've been going to football games. My mom went to school there, and multiple people on her side of the family went to school there too. Um, my girlfriend goes there. She was here a year ahead of me, so I mean, I've literally been at UF for years and years of my life. So I think coming into it for me personally was nothing new for me. I felt like I was just right
Yeah.
at home. I've been here for football games, baseball games, friends, family, like literally everything. So I think um, just finally getting here honestly was a relief, and it felt good to just finally like settle in and be like, all right, now I get to like everything's up to me now. Like I can get to work.
Yep.
So I think I really enjoy it. And I know everyone else does too. We're having a blast.
Yeah.
Good.
And another thing too, my roommates are all from like my close friends from Jacksonville. So two of them I went to high school with and played on the same team with. So it's like
Okay. That makes it
it's a pretty cool situation.
yeah, for
Yeah, and
sure.
that's interesting because I was about to ask you like why Florida because I mean we weren't even in ninth grade yet, and at that point when I faced you, like you were already committed. So was it? It sounds like though it was just always going to be Florida. Like that's where you felt like you belonged. And I mean I've always felt the same way. I like you. I have a lot of family here. I grew up in Gainesville, and I've always wanted to go here. So now being here, it's awesome, and I love it, and it's great to be here. But was it ever even a question for you, or were you always going to commit to UF coming out of high school?
Yeah, I think when I first went through the recruiting process, and I just like was fresh into it. I was just kind of like open minded at first, but the whole time I had UF in the back of my mind. I don't think they're usually the type to be like crazy aggressive. They're gonna like see a kid and really know what he's about before they recruit him. So they had to see me a little bit. Um, and like the more they saw me, I just kind of waited on them, and the more they saw me, they offered me, and it didn't take me very long. So it wasn't the hardest thing, but it also wasn't like an absolute no-brainer. Like I definitely saw out other things, and I just think at the end of the day, UF was where I wanted to be because of all the perfect storm that it brought me. And it was just the perfect situation for me in my mind.
So
Absolutely.
I was gonna
So
say though, so you've been a top guy for years, obviously, and you were a top three player in the country for 2022, 2023, 2024, first half of 2025. And then you get hurt, right? Your junior year.
Mhm.
And because of that, maybe you have a slightly down senior year numbers wise from your freshman and sophomore year, and your rankings slightly drop. Do you think that this is a classic case of just scouts overthinking it and passing up on a guy that's just a clear top 10 pick talent that you're going to try to make a point to these people? Or are you just like, I get it, it's how it works, and I'm just going to prove it on the field and I don't have to say anything about it? Like, what's your view on that? Because to me, it seems like a clear case of just overthinking clear
Yeah.
talent.
Yeah. I mean, I think um like the injuries and everything played a role in their decision for sure, and my performance ever since I got injured. But it's not like it was like a big injury or like like a career shaking injury. So I think it was more of the fact that just seeing stuff that in my performance that they didn't like this past summer, and then in the high school season. So I know that it's kind of a business at the end of the day, and they're gonna do what's right for them, and they saw what they saw, and they didn't like it, and that's like I understand that it's a business, and I don't take it's not no hard feelings for me. I'm just excited for UF and the opportunity that I have here, and just getting to compete and play at the best level there is, the SEC. So I think that I'm not really taking this as like a prove them wrong or prove this to someone or whatever. I'm kind of just ready to compete because I think if you were trying to prove someone wrong in like MMA or football or something, like you could just train harder, if that makes sense. But I don't think
yep.
baseball is that kind of sport. Like I already work, I already work my tail off. Everyone else does too around us, and I think the more that you try in baseball and try to like do too much, it's gonna make it worse. So I think I've learned a lot from that this past high school season. That's where a lot of things went wrong for me in general. So I'm basically just going to take what I learned from it and just treat it like it's no hard feelings, because it's a business at the end of the day and they got to make the best decision for them. So if I wasn't that for them, then so be it. I mean, I'm here in the SEC and I'm at the best team in the country. So I don't know why anyone would be complaining if they're in my shoes. I'm sure not complaining about it at all.
Yeah, I think these guys, they're going to be making like a circle back around in a couple years, and you're going to be one of those guys that are picked at the top of the draft just because of your raw talent, obviously. And then we talk about the hard work that goes in behind the scenes that a lot of people don't see. I have no doubt that's going to happen. Selfishly, don't take any offense to this, but I'm glad they missed out on your talent. I'm glad you're at Florida. I want to end the season in Omaha every year, and I think what Coach O'Sullivan has done this offseason with adding the 2 new coaches, Dorman and Butler, with Sully, and the talent we brought back, the high schoolers we got coming in, I think there's a very strong chance we end the year in Omaha. And if we do, I'm pulling up. So anyway, don't take any offense to that. I'm just a huge Gator fan, so I'm glad you're on campus. And everything works out the way it does for a reason. So
For sure.
it's out of our hands. But anyway, let's get back to the questions really quick. We got a couple more. If you had to pinpoint one goal for this upcoming season, it's going to be a freshman season in the SEC. What's one goal you hope to obtain or achieve this season?
Yeah, I'd say number one is the win. Like you said, you want to end in Omaha just as bad as everyone else, it seems. So I think that's why we're here in summer B. Is already to get them acclimated with each other and where we're at, and just build relationships and build that bond, so we can go into the season like prepared to do what we need to do to win for the program and for each other. I think that once you build that relationship with teammates where it's tight and you will do anything for each other and it's a brotherhood, that's when like you have a winning team. So my number one job right now is just to be a good teammate and be a good underclassman to everyone else, and meet these people and see what they're about, and then go to war with them to win. I think I'm gonna just make it all about winning and competing with the best we have.
I love that. I absolutely love
Am I
that.
like
That's what I
lagging out
want
on
in
your
my
guys'
clubhouse.
end, or is that just me?
No, you look fine on my end. You are a little bit laggy, but not too bad.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit laggy, but it's
All
fine.
right. I'll leave and join back. I'll be right back.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
Me
give
and
me a
Brady
sec.
will keep talking. That's the kind of mentality I want in my clubhouse. I want guys that want to win first. They're not selfish. I feel like in the past years, maybe we didn't have those kind of leaders that just wanted to play for each other. And like you said, when you have that camaraderie as a team and you're able to gel, you saw what Oklahoma did this year. I don't think they were the most talented team by any stretch of the imagination. We went to Norman and took 2 out of 3 from them. And that you just get on a roll and you're playing for each other. Everybody's doing their job. And that's what happens. You end up winning a national championship. And that's obviously the goal. So I appreciate hearing that from you. That's kind of your mindset. Corn, go ahead with your next question, brother.
Yeah, so I got one left for you. Just because when I've played you and when I've followed you, I see you most of the time in center, right? That's kind of where you've been throughout growing up, and you obviously have the athleticism and the arm strength to do it. But coming into this year with Jaden Bastian as going into his 4th year of college baseball, and he's kind of more established in center, do you think your path to playing time early, which I'm sure is obviously your goal and every freshman's goal, do you think that lies in the corners, and how comfortable are you in the corners if you believe that's the case?
Yeah, I think it'd be easy for all of us to tell. I mean, if we knew. But I think at the end of the day, whatever Sully needs to do with me to help us win, that's what I'm in for. So if I had to play anywhere, that's where I'd want to be. But yeah, I mean, I did grow up playing center field. It's really all I've ever known. And I definitely am best suit for it. But like I said, if it helps the ball club to go in the corner and help the team that way, then I'll be good with it. And I'm sure I'll be great in the corner. I mean, I'm a really good outfielder, so I have confidence in my game wherever it's at, whether it's left, right, or center. But it's basically, like I said, just whatever fits the team the best.
Me and Corn were talking. We made 2027 way too early lineup predictions, and you were in both our starting lineups. So no pressure, just Hightop thinks you're going to be a starting as a freshman.
We may or may not have had you in left also. So
So
Sweet.
no, I'll have wherever. But we were talking about. We had a conversation on our last video, and we got to talking about who we had in our outfield. We had Bastion, you, Castrayer in the outfield starting. And I was like, any of these guys can play center. So it's a blessing, a luxury, an embarrassment of talent, of riches that we have when your left fielder can play center field, no problem, and be way above average. Your right fielder could probably move over there if need to be. It's just, I love it. And we haven't had that problem in a long time at Florida. So the way we're stacking talent, we're stacking coaches with resumes. I feel really, really good about this year, and I'm excited about the season. One last question before you go. I know you said a lot of the coaches are out recruiting right now, recruiting the high school ranks. You know, there's obviously a lot of tournaments going on, summer baseball going on at the high school ranks. Have you got the chance to meet Coach Butler or Coach Dorman yet?
Yes, I have. Yeah, Dorman's in here a lot. He's always roaming around. He does a lot with the pitchers, and then I have met Coach Butler too. But right now, it is a rule that like the outfielders or like any hitters aren't able to really hit with Slates or Coach Butler. So
Okay.
it's kind of like we just see him around and say what's up type thing. It's not really like we're not really going to work, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, all in all, I appreciate you coming on. If you do happen to see Coach Butler around, he spoke that he may be coming on the show, and he gave me his phone number. I texted him. He kind of didn't text me back, so I don't want to like aggravate him. But if you see him, I'm just kidding. But anyway,
I'll get him. I'll get after him.
Appreciate that, man. But we appreciate you, Brady. Thank you for choosing Hightop to come on and do an interview with us. We love it. It's a good way for Gator fans to get to know you before they see what you are on the field this year. Okay, so good luck and everything. I know you're going to kill it. Let's end the season in Omaha so I can pull up on you guys. I'll be seeing you some during the fall, too. I'm going to pull up to some of the scrimmages and check y'all out.
Sweet. Sounds like a plan. I really appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah, before you head out, just tell the people where they can find you, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think my Instagram is like _ Brady Harris _. So if you look out there on Insta, it'll be out there. And then honestly, if you just type in Brady Harris on any platform, it should pop up. But
yeah, it's pretty famous.
No, not famous, but I have simple names, just Brady Harris, simple names. It'll just be there. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys.
All right, y'all show him some love in the comments. Appreciate it, man.
Yes,
have
sir.
a good afternoon, man. See you.
Yes, sir. See you.
All righty. Well, there you have it, Gator fans. That was the one and only Brady Harris. Make sure y'all go follow him on Instagram. Comment on his most recent post. Say thank you from Hightop. Show him some love. Yeah, great kid. Another kid that I think, along with Lorenzo, that is just ready to compete. Ready as soon as they step on campus, they're working. They're putting in the time and the effort. And yeah, I hope the fans match their energy, show up to the games this year. And hopefully we end in Omaha.
Yeah, I loved his answer when
go ahead, Corn.
I asked about like the concept of trying to prove to people that like you are still that guy that you were seen as earlier in your career, and he's like, they'll find out. Like I don't need to do anything extra. The game just kind of let the game come to me, and when you try to do too much, you end up doing less. And I love that answer. He's you could tell he's very level-headed. He's like, it's a business. Like, I get it. They didn't think I was good enough. Let them think that. And we'll see 3 years from now what they think. And I just love how even-keeled he is. And you have to be at this level, especially he's had guys watching him since he was 10 years old. So if you're not like
I'm
that,
one of them, but I'm not creepy, guys. I'm not creepy. I don't follow little kids on Instagram, okay? But what I did is I saw a baseball player that was committed to Florida, and I was like, I'm going to follow this guy because he looks unbelievable at this age. It was incredible, dude. But, yeah, he's like the first baseball recruit. I followed football recruiting for a long time, even some basketball recruiting, but never really baseball. I just figure out the guys when they get on campus. On Twitter, you'll see during the fall scrimmages, people are tweeting about this player or that player, and that's kind of how I figure out about them or find out about them. This guy I've been following for a while. So, yeah, glad he's on campus. Great. Glad he's a Gator. And when he was talking about why Florida, he was like, I'm just so happy that his mom went to Florida, and it was kind of he said it wasn't a no-brainer, but I'll kind of get the hint that it was, especially with Florida's, success in baseball in general under Coach O'Sullivan. I'm just thankful we have a program where we can get guys like that, superstars, to come play on our team.
You have to go into the process with an open mind, but he said it in the back of his mind. It was always Florida. Like, you have to hear other people out, but you're always going to go where you feel the most safe and most wanted. And
and I'm glad. I don't know who his girlfriend is, but I'm glad his girlfriend goes to UF, because that's pulling him there too. Maybe because I forgot to ask him about the draft. I'm sure he was getting at least some offers from MLB teams. Maybe not the number he was expected to sign, but I'm thinking between his family going there, he's already on campus, and his girlfriend goes there.
Yeah.
All the things kind of mix into a perfect storm where we get a guy like Brady Harris on campus, and I'm thrilled. I can't wait. It's going to be fun, man.
Yeah, Brady Harris's don't make it to campus often, so everyone make sure to show him some love, because I think we got a good one here. And
and he's not going to be here long. Yeah,
when a great kid meets and that's also a great talent and has a great head on his shoulders, like that's gonna pan out. It's gonna pan out. So let's make sure to show him some love below, and we appreciate you guys for watching, because without you guys watching, none of this is possible.
Yeah. And you guys, make sure you sub up. We still got the giveaway going on from Dave. Make sure you sub up. The more subs we get, the more, popularity we get. The more guys like that we're going to be able to get on the show, right? We're working on some other things you may have heard me talk to Brady about. Coach Butler, he said he would come on the show. I didn't realize I have no idea how college baseball works in the offseason. So they're apparently out recruiting. If he's busy, that's fine. Maybe down the road we can get him on. Maybe we can get Sully on. We get our followers up. We got some leverage we can pull, right? Anyway, thank you guys as always. Go Gators. And we'll see you later on this week for another episode.